So welcome back, students. So to this video I will discuss the regarding the valency and the or you can say that the combining capacity of atoms. So the definitions of the valency, you can say that, so the combining capacity. So what is basically the combining capacity term? So combining capacity term is nothing but the donations or the acceptance of the electrons in the outermost shell. Okay, so last video we have discussed the formation of the sodium chloride molecule, and the formations of the sodium ions and the formation of the chloride ions. And that time I have discussed about the how the formations of the cations. Basically this is the one kind of valency. In case of electrovalent bond, whenever the positive and the negative ions form, so that time this valency called the electrovalency. And whenever the electrons has been shared and the how much electron has been shared, that is basically deals with their covalency in case of covalent bond. So in case of electrovalent bond, there is an electrostatic force of attractions between them, that is the positive and negative ions attract towards due to their electrostatic force of attractions due to or the Coulomb's law. In case of the electrostatic force of attractions, so same thing will happen. The sodium atom is give the one electrons for the stability, so it will form the octet. So how much electron will give? One electron. If the element will give the two electron, that time the valency will be 2. If the electron will give the 3 electron, that time the valency will be 3. In case of sodium, it will give the 1, so that is the valency of sodium is 1. In case of magnesium, is give the 2 electrons, so that's why the valency is 2. Or in case of the aluminum atom, so it will give the 3 electrons from the outermost shells, so that's why the valency is aluminum is 3. So depending on the how much electron they will give. Now coming to the point how much electron they accept. So this basically come into the point in case of non-metals. So non-metals like chlorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine, and other metals, sulfur, phosphorus is also there. So these are the element will take the electron from the metal. So in case of metal will give the electrons, and non-metal will take the that particular electrons and it will inform the negatively charged anions. So the formations of the negatively charged or the anions, that time or for the stable or you can say that the for attaining the stability, so the how many electrons they will accept. So in case of chlorine, they will accept the only one electron, so the valency will be 1. If the electron it take the 2 electron, that time the valency again will be 2. If the element will take the 3 electron, the valency will be 3. So that means the element how much electrons will accept and how much electron is give. So that particular deals with the electrovalency, or you can say that the valency. But in case of covalent, the mutual exchange of the electron is there. So in case of covalent, that will be your covalency. This is kept in your mind, very important thing. And now coming to the point, that is the variable valency or variable electropositive valency. So variable electropositive valency again come in the point, that is the in case of metal. So some other metals having the probability to give the electrons more than 1 or 2 or 3. So multiple valency or multiple electrons can they donate. So that time the valency will be different. Suppose that one element like iron, it will give the 2 electrons, that is the suppose that in one compound it will give the 2 electrons, and one compound that it will give the 3 electrons. So that times the electropositive valency or variable at this point will come into the coverage of the variable electropositive valency. Electropositive means the given of the electron, how many electrons they will give. If the element will give the 2 or 3 or 4 electrons, or the 7 electrons, 5 electrons, 6 electrons, how much the electrons? More than 1. Means suppose one element can give the x electron, that particular electron, and some other cases it will give the y electrons. So that time the valency will be x comma y. So two types of valency will be. Suppose that one element give the 1 electrons and in one case, and sometimes this one element will give the 2 electron in some another case. So that time this is the category under the category of variable electropositive valency. Okay, so that means the variable electropositive valency is basically the more than one valency if the element can be give, that is called the variable electropositive valency. Electropositive, because electropositive, because we have concern about the metal. Electropositive then will happen when the metal is there. Okay, now coming to the point, that is the again the another very important point, that is the naming of ions with two different electropositive valencies. Suppose that if the suppose that iron having the two valencies, suppose that sometime it will give the 2 electrons, sometime it will give the 3 electrons. So the lower valencies is called the suffix as is used, like that iron will give the 2 electron one time, it will form the ferrous, and if you give the one time 3 electrons at a time, so it will give the ic, means the higher valency will give the ic suffix and the lower valency give the as. So like that ferrous and ferric. So in case of ferrous that will be 2, in case of ferric that is the 3. Okay, so this is the ferrous and ferric. So in case of ferrous it will form the Fe2 plus, in case of ferric it will form the Fe3 plus. So two valencies is there, so it is the under the coverage of the variable valency, 2 more than 2 or more than 1, that is the variable valency. In case of iron there is another valency is also there, but now we'll consider only 2 and 3. So these are the things, like that copper is also happened, some other variable valencies. Manganese is the very much or number of valencies is there. Okay, so these are the things will come in the that is a part of the variable valency. When the element having the lower valency, suppose that one element give the 2 electrons, sometimes 3, sometimes 4. So out of these 3 electrons giving there, so what is the higher valence, that is 4. So in case of 4 it will give the ic, and the remaining 2 cases or the other cases, and the lowest valency is 2, so it will be the ic, sorry as, and the higher valency that is ic. So now I'm coming to the point, that is the electronegativity or electronegative. Electronegative means the acceptance of the electrons. Whenever the one element will take the 1 electrons for the formations of the nearest noble gas configuration, that is called the electronegative. Suppose that chlorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine, so they all are the taking 1 electrons, so their formations for the negatively ions or negative ions, it is called the electronegative. Suppose in oxygen also same thing will happen. So all the non-metals are doing this category. Okay, this is the electronegative, this is the anion formations, and the electronegativity is the different thing. Okay, so remember sometimes some puzzle is there, electronegativity and the electronegative, that is the two different thing. Electronegative, that is the formation of the negative ions, and the electronegativity is the different thing. Electronegativity is the under the category of the attraction of the electron in a covalent bond, shared electrons in a bond. From the bond it will take the electrons, but the electronegative, that is the formations of the negative ion, to different thing. Okay, and now coming to the point, that is the radicals. So radical basically the suppose that one group of a group, suppose that one group is there and it having the positive charge, sometimes it having the negative charge. It may be element, it may be some group also there. So whatever it is, if it they are positive charge or some the negative charge, that means some charges is there. So that is basically it is called the radical. So the radical is a group of 2 or more different kind of atoms and having the net negative or positive charge, such that it can retain its identity in a series of chemical reactions called the radicals. So radical is basically 2 types. One is the basic radical, another is the acid radical. Basic radical is like that something or some group or some element having the sufficiently having the positive charge called the basic radicals, and the element having the negative charged or negatively ions, so that time it is called the anions, or you can say that the acid radical. Okay, suppose I give the example of sodium and the chloride. So the sodium is the plus charge, that means it is a basic radical. If its chlorine is negative charge, that means it is called the acid radical. So more or less this is the part of the cations and the anions. So cations are called the basic radicals and the anions are called the acid radicals. So these are the things we have discussed in 2 videos, and next video I will discuss the radioactivity part. Okay, thank you.